Is HAR.com data broken? Hey everybody, it's Nathan Lalonde. We're going to explore that question in detail during this monthly market report for July. We're taking a look back at the June statistics that HAR.com released recently. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Keep in mind, when we're looking at these monthly reports, we're comparing year over year for June of last year to June of this year. So diving right into things, year over year, total active listings are up 2.2%. Means that we've got more inventory that's coming on this year than we did last year. More people are deciding to sell. And that's good news. The market's moving. You'll also see that single family home sales are up 3.5% year over year. Another positive trend. Now, here's where I get into the question of, is the data broken? We're seeing a positive home sales change. We're also seeing a positive single family pending sales. Quite a big jump too, 12.3%. Now the question is, how do we have positive change in home sales and in pending sales when for like the last 6 or 7 weeks, the weekly statistics that have been put out by HAR.com have shown huge negative numbers. 1 week showed a negative 35% change in pending sales. Another week showed negative 20. Another week showed negative 15. So you've got all these negative weeks. How do we end up with positive sales and positive pending sales for June when we've had massive negative numbers for like the last 6 or 7 weeks? So this is something that I did bring to HAR.com's attention. I reached out to their communications director and she responded, "We're aware of the discrepancy between the weekly snapshots and the June monthly pending sales data. The market stats are provided by Texas A&M University's Real Estate Research Center, and we've been in contact with that team. They've escalated the issue internally and are actively investigating it." So the hope is they'll get that figured out quickly so that these weekly stats start lining up. I did a little bit of digging myself into the actual home sales for the entire HAR.com MLS. When I did my digging, I showed about 8,840. Theirs is 8,820. So I'm going to put my trust right now into the monthly marketing reports that they're putting out as opposed to the weekly snapshots. I think that the monthly data seems a little bit more consistent, and that those weekly snapshots, that's kind of a I don't know, just a real awkward thing to see that many negative pending sale weeks, especially in the middle of the summer. So all that said, let's move on to the next thing. So average sales price, you'll see, has gone up 1.2% year over year. That is heavily influenced by the big increase in sales of the homes that are $1 million or more. There was a 17% increase year over year, which is why we're then seeing the increase in the average sales price that much. The good news is, and I'm going to scroll down a little here to cover that good news, that affordability is actually improving in our market. Basically, they're saying that Houston's affordability has improved on a year-over-year basis in 20 of the last 23 months. And that's good news. We're seeing our affordability is getting better. We're actually outpacing the national trend, which affordability is only improved 14 of the past 22 months. We're also seeing that interest rates have decreased compared to last year. We're a little bit over 0.25% down on that interest rate, which really translates into real savings for buyers on their monthly payment. They want to say here that it's an estimated $65 per month in savings compared to last year. So that's good news. Affordability is actually looking better. The next thing we're going to cover is the monthly inventory. You'll see here that monthly inventory compared to last year, we've actually come down a little bit from 5.3 months to 5.2 months. What that means is that if no new homes came on the market for 5.2 months, then everything would be sold out, essentially, is what that translates to. So we're looking down year over year, but if we look back to May of this year, we're still rising up from May. May was 5.1 months. We're now at 5.2 months. We're actually higher than the national average, which is 4.5 months. So what that means is that homes are sitting a little bit longer in our area than the national average. You'll also see that in the days on market. Our days on market rose from 50 to 52 days on market. So it means that homes are sitting a little bit longer, and we're seeing that on the ground too, right? The listings that we've got are lasting a little bit longer than we would have expected to. Doesn't mean that sales are bad. You can see our sales numbers are actually up, and pending sales are up. But what it does mean is that buyers have a lot more to choose from. So if you are still looking to sell this year, you need to make sure that your home is prepped well, and that it's going to be marketed well by your agent, of course, but that it's really prepped well and ready to go on the market and compete, because there's a good amount of competition out there, and you don't want to be a home that goes on looking a little bit flat and sits on the market. So there's some things that you can do to improve your home without really having to spend a ton of money. I did a video on this about a month ago. I'll drop a link in on this video for you to pull that up. But if you're looking to sell, I'd highly recommend going through that video, seeing some of the little things that you can do that really make a big difference, and help your home's presentation to the buyers that are out there. Because buyers, they know that they've got the advantage right now. They know they've got a lot of inventory to choose from. They're being a little bit more picky. They want move-in ready homes, and they're doing a little bit more negotiation too, knowing that they can get better deals. So not a bad time to sell, but if you are going to sell, you really need to be prepared. And of course, I'm here to help you out with that. If you have any questions over any of the statistics that we've covered today, or any questions about your home and how you should get ready for sale, give me a shout. My number is 281-650-5210. I'd love to help you out. And of course, we'll see you in the next month in August when we come back and cover the sales statistics for July.